Everyone at WagerTalk would like to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. With a full day of football on Thanksgiving, football all day Black Friday, plus a normal Saturday, Sunday, and Monday slate of games, we have a special Turkey Day offer for you. Football for the rest of November through Monday, November 30th for only $69 for this entire week of football. There is no limit to the number of handicappers you can buy during this Thanksgiving special. Pay only $69, save money, get your winners in a quick, convenient fashion, and have a great Thanksgiving weekend.
Teddy covers. I missed you this weekend, so I had to jinx your 5%. I'm Lawrence Presman. He's in the dark, but that's what happens. Welcome to WagerTalk Today, everybody, and a big show, great show, surprise guest, Marco D'Angelo at the top of the show for a segment that I know I'll want to forget. Matt Joseph coming on afterwards. We're going to talk some Monday Night Football props, and of course, Ralph Michaels with his unbelievable world-class segment. Teddy, lead story today, Broncos, Cowboys, Panthers, Texans, Titans, all upsets. The Cowboys was a monster. Close to 80 people in the Circus Survivor Pool took Minnesota. They're out. How are you? Did you enjoy the upsets?
Well, good morning, Prez. I'm doing okay this morning. Would be better if you hadn't mushed my play yesterday. But
yeah, tell everybody how I mushed your play.
Obviously, yeah. What? I'm not even going to say. Should I
get it out? Sure, Teddy. Okay. Go ahead.
So, yeah. The entire time that Prez is losing his 5% on Saturday, he's texting me and freaking out and texting me and freaking out and texting me and, oh my God, I can't believe just what happened. I'm like, Prez, just let it go. Take a breath. All right. I never hear from him. All right. On Sunday. I don't hear from Prez on Sunday morning. 2 minutes before kickoff. No, right at kickoff, Prez is like, hey, good luck today. I'm like, oh my God, I'm dead. Why would you do? You never text me and you don't send him oh, good luck today out of nowhere after you just mushed your own 5%. Come on, Prez, you know better than that. You know the nuances and the idiosyncrasies of us gamblers. We don't want to hear that. I didn't want to hear that then. Don't text someone good luck today right before kickoff off of your loser, off of your bad beat loser. So that's what I think happened.
Okay, so everybody, listen, here's the deal. I had Cincinnati on Saturday. It was a loss for the ages. Teddy did try his best to calm me down. I was inconsolable, especially knowing that Marco was plowing through chicken wings. We'll talk about that in a sec. And then I thought I would, he was so nice to me on Saturday night that I thought I would be nice back on Sunday and wish him a hearty, loving, sincere, heartfelt good luck on his 5% play. I had no idea that in the universe, I had the power to affect the play. I mean, Joe Burrow's mom called me this morning. Dude, you mushed Teddy and now Joe's injured? Man, I got a lot of power, Teddy. And now that I know that I have that, I'm going to wish you bad luck in the future.
It doesn't work that way. This is what we have, Prez. Okay, as bettors, as gamblers, we have our own routines. All right. There are certain things I do on game day, and it's just how it is. And maybe it's idiosyncratic, and maybe it doesn't make sense. Of course, a lot of it makes sense. But the last thing I want, as the games are kicking off, is someone who just lost bad beat style wishing me, oh, good luck. Just leave it alone, bro. Just let me do my business. At the end of the game, say, hey, did you do good? Did you have a good day today? Did you have a bad day? Sorry about your loss. Congrats about your win. The good luck stuff.
Okay.
Just leave it alone.
Wes Moneyline says, Prez, you gotta wish Teddy good luck every Sunday. I guess this is our lead story, Teddy. So in keeping with that, I do want to say that after normally on the weekend, I wear the same track pants both days. I did change track pants after my Cincinnati 5% loss. I changed my entire color combination for Sunday's NFL day. So I guess we all have our stupidity. Do you have any other insane superstitions?
No, I don't have many at all. Although I used to have a lucky urinal at the Santa Fe Casino in Vegas.
Oh my God.
I swear. I did. If the fourth quarter and I'm in trouble, I got to take a leak. Boom. I'm waiting for someone to finish at the lucky urinal because that was always good for me. That's it.
And what happens if you don't actually have to? What if you don't have to take a leak?
It doesn't matter. You make yourself go. Let's talk about football.
Yeah, dude. Andrew McGinnis just wrote in the chat room. At least Prez texted you, Teddy. Yeah, dude. So there. Talk football.
Of the
and then
5
we'll
upsets yesterday, which one was the biggest shocker to you? You think it was Dallas? You think it was Denver, Carolina, Houston, Tennessee? Which was the shocker for you? The biggest shocker?
Well, I mean, I'll tell you really easy. I got talked out of releasing Tennessee like a moron. I thought Tennessee would win, so I'm mad at myself for not releasing it. I've been telling you guys for weeks that the Ravens aren't good, so that didn't shock me. New England's a bad football team, so that didn't shock me. Detroit is Detroit, so that didn't shock me. I don't think Miami is as good as most people think, so that didn't shock me. That only leaves one. Dallas, and they did shock me, Teddy, because I felt like Minnesota. I mean, I put Minnesota in the half of my teaser, so it was released as a play to the clients at a pick of -1. You know, I thought me and you spoke about it. Minnesota was feeling good on a nice win streak, 3 easy games in front of them, ability to get to 7-5, and man, they just completely pooched that whole one. So I'm going with Minnesota. What about you?
Yeah, that was the one that shocked me the most. Absolutely. Although, Denver played pretty well yesterday in a lot of aspects of the game, although they still only scored. Denver dominated the game and still was in position to lose it at the end. Minnesota's defense was a no-show yesterday. And so those certainly stand out as the 2 biggest shockers for me.
Teddy, let's bring Marco, the chicken wing D'Angelo in. Marco, are you eating chicken wings as we speak?
No, not as we speak, but as your 5% was, crumbling down, I was eating chicken wings, and, I had, I went with the sticky garlic, so I couldn't text you to console you because I had, wing sauce all over my fingers. But, it was such an ugly loss that, I almost, keyword, almost lost my appetite, but I did power through the rest of the plate, because what do you got to do? You got to move on. It's not the first time that, any of us have had a beat like that. And as bad as I felt for you, those wings were damn good.
Yeah, well, listen, I didn't want you to stop eating them. Power through, baby. One of us has to eat that shit, and it ain't going to be me. So I miss chicken wings, bro. I do have them maybe 3 or 4 times a year, but that picture right there, Marco, there's no sauce on those chicken wings. You like yours dry?
No, those ones were a Cajun lime dry rub. The ones I had Saturday night were they were a sauce.
Oh my God. Like, you literally are the gamut. Like, what's your literal favorite chicken wing? Like the one sauce?
No. Monday Night Football. Let's not talk favorite chicken wings, please, Prez. We've already wasted 5 minutes of the show about bitching about you, talking about texting me, and you decided so we didn't talk about all the upsets. Let's at least get into some analysis of Monday Night Football with Marco.
All you people who commented on Friday's show how I interrupt Teddy and how I'm a bully, I want you to notice what just happened. Marco,
you needed an interruption.
Yeah. Bite me, Teddy. Marco, let's go to Monday Night Football, baby. What do you got for us? I think there's a game tonight. Rams on the road, Tampa Bay. Talk to me.
Yes. Well, okay. And I can tell you that the food will be chicken wings while I watch the game tonight.
Seriously? No.
we look at this one, guys, and obviously everybody's going to know that, Tom Brady, Monday Night Football, he's been dominant, all of his career on Monday Night Football.
Okay. Okay, we'll get Marco back on shortly. I think chickens are probably chasing him down the street. Teddy, I'm promos today. Sorry about that. Unbelievable promos going on. It's $9 Monday. I'm in action on tonight's game. We spoke about me losing my 5%. I won my 5% yesterday in the NFL. I got another for Thursday. Almost lost my shit in my 5% on the NFL last night. I had the over in the Kansas City game. I got another 5% up for Thursday. It's $9. Head over to WagerTalk, grab it. What do you got in play, bro?
I have a play up for Thursday as well. We wanted to get the Turkey Day stuff early, so we can put it up for $9 Mondays. People can get it at that discounted rate. So I am not involved in tonight's game. It really is a fascinating game to think about. If I was going to play it, I'd be looking at unders. All right. When we talk about the Bucs and the Rams, obviously we have two quarterbacks in Brady and Goff who have not been at their best against quality defenses. And say what you want about the state of these two offenses. Defensively, Tampa's got a Super Bowl caliber defense, and LA has a Super Bowl caliber defense. And both teams are capable, most importantly, of putting pressure on the opposing quarterback, of dominating the line of scrimmage.
And Teddy,
that's bad news for Brady, and that's bad news for Goff, because they are two QBs who I do not trust against defenses that get pressure in their face. So I'm leaning under. The problem is that I'm worried about the mistakes these QBs are going to make. I mean, it's prop-wise, I'll take Goff under. I'll take Brady under passing yards. I'll take him under touchdowns. I'm looking at unders for tonight. But I'm also worried in terms of the total for the game that we see the mistake. When you talk about totals and quarterbacks who could be turning it over, you're worried about where in the field they're going to turn the ball over, because that's the biggest issue. You turn the ball over deep in your own territory, is good for overs. You turn the ball deep in your opponent's territory, is good for unders. We don't know, obviously, where the turnovers are going to occur. I do think they're going to occur. I'll take both QBs to throw an INT tonight as well.
Wow, that would be a hefty prop payout. But I agree with your analysis in regards to the pressure on the quarterback. I think that's really what this game is going to come down to. I mean, does Aaron Donald live in the backfield? One interesting note, though, is Tampa Bay does stack up well against the Rams from a passing perspective, in the sense that they've got a lot of weapons on wide receiver, and Jalen Ramsey can only cover one of them. If I had to go sidewise, where would you go? 4.5, 4.5.
So there's been a lot of a fair bit of Tampa money. All right, I'm not going to say it's so. In general, on game day, when the money's come on one side, I want to look at the other side of pass. I don't, especially on a single event national TV game, I don't want to get a bad number in these type of contests. They'll burn you. Do I think the Rams are alive? Yeah, absolutely. If I had to play the game, it'd be LA plus the points before Tampa minus. Yeah. But at the same time, I don't know that I want LA tonight. Brady's been bad against good defenses, but Tampa's offense is more balanced than LA. I think the Rams defense might be the better of the two. Certainly every bit as good. You say, oh, well, Jalen Ramsey only on the one side. Yes, but that defense has been revitalized. And when you have an Aaron Donald, when you have a legit difference maker in the middle of the defensive line, makes everybody on that defense better. So I trust Goff less against a good defense than I do Brady, which means I'm not going to be playing the Rams. And I trust the Rams offense less against a good defense than I do the Bucs. So, to me, under is a stronger play than the side. Let's see what Marco says.
Yeah, Marco was being chased down the street by a bunch of chickens.
Yeah, I gave my whole analysis to myself. It was damn good too. I didn't know I got locked out.
The good news is that you got logged off at the beginning, so no one heard any of it.
Well, that's probably the best part of it.
You're halfway through.
Sportabation. That was like sportabation there, Marco.
All right, guys. Hey, I know that we're running behind because of this, so I'll keep it simple on this one. We all know the Tom Brady on Monday Night Football, 18-7 straight up, but of course that was with the New England Patriots for most of that. I've got an adage, and I know a lot of people are going to look the other way in this game because of Tampa Bay, the way they dominated last week and the way they dominated Green Bay earlier in the season. And they're going to have fire in their eyes from the last time we seen them in primetime. They were embarrassed by the Saints. I get all of that. But I've always had a long-standing thing when I break down games. If I got the better defense and I'm getting points, I'm going to look that way. And the Rams have the better defense. Both defenses are good, but the Rams is the better defense. They're number 2 in points per game allowed, number 2 in yards per play. This is a spot where I think they're going to be able to put pressure on Tom Brady. Brady, if you can knock him down a couple times, hit him, rush him, he is not the same quarterback. Nobody is, for that matter, but Brady can get rattled as good as he's been. And we saw that happen in the Saints game. Throw a stat out for you guys with Tampa Bay. And it's a small sample size. It just goes back 3 years. There's only been 9 games. And obviously, it's a different team with Brady at quarterback. But Tampa Bay is a team, when they've been a home favorite of 7 or less, they're 1-8 against the spread the last 3 seasons. And we'll also throw in there that the Rams against NFC teams, 14-5 the last 2 seasons. This Rams team looks more like the team that went to the Super Bowl a few years ago rather than the team we saw last year. And as far as the total goes, I'd have to look to the under in this game. Interesting stat on the Rams, obviously 2 good defenses, but when the Rams have played on the road the last 3 seasons and it's a grass field, you don't have that, slow them down a little bit with the grass field, 11-3 to the under. And the average points scored in those games, just 41 total points. So for me, I've got to lean to the Rams, and I've got lean to the under in the Monday night action.
So, Marco, you said at the top that you're always interested in taking the better defense plus points.
Yes.
I have a 2-part question to that. 1, does that put you on the Bears every week? And 2, how much better is the Rams defense than the Bucs? Because it's not like Tampa's defense is garbage.
No, it's not. It's not light years. And yes, Teddy, it has put me on the Bears a few times this year. A couple in which I did win and a couple in which I lost. The Bears have had a bad season, but it's not like they're 1-7 or something against the spread. Sure. They've had their spots. And one of those spots was a primetime game against Tampa Bay. I had Chicago in that scenario. Granted, that one's a little bit different because I also had a home team with the better defense and getting points in that scenario. But this is just one of those spots. And to go to that, I just popped into my head with Chicago. I went against that one in an instance, and it involved the Rams, the Monday night game when Chicago went to the Rams. And I even opened the show that week and said, normally I am on the better defense, but that offense for the Bears is that bad. So at some point you've got to make adjustments, but that's not the case with the Rams. Their offense is fine. So I full-heartedly accept taking the slightly better defense getting points here.
Marco D'Angelo, everyone. Founder of WagerTalk.com, my partner in crime and one of the finest guys you'll ever meet in your life. And a guy that when he sits down at the poker table, you go, yes. Marco, is there a reason why we have 7 thumbs down already? This show doesn't get 7 thumbs down ever. What would be it's got to be you, dude.
Well, last week you told me you had more people in the live chat than you ever had before. So, make up your mind. Is it me?
We actually have a ton of people in the live chat. Maybe that's why there's so many thumbs down. Anyway, 435 of you, 72 thumbs up. I cannot do that math very quick, but for sure there's about 350 of you that hasn't hit the thumbs up button. Guys, Marco and I and Teddy, listen, the algorithm at YouTube, the way it works is simple. The more you comment, the higher we get in our rankings. The more you hit thumbs up, the higher we get in our rankings. All we ask is if you take time out of your day to join us, which we so greatly and sincerely appreciate, just take 1 split second and hit that thumbs up button for us. Marco, what do you got to promote other than eating freaking chicken wings?
Well, I've got 2 packages up at WagerTalk. It is $9 Monday. I've got a play for Thanksgiving Day. You can pick that up now for $9. It'll go up to $25 at midnight, in case you didn't know that, Prez. And I have a teaser for Monday and Thursday combo. It's a different play on the Thursday game, so if you want, you can probably figure out the first half of that teaser, the Monday version, but I have a second team going on Thursday that I hooked up with it, so you can check that out for $9 as well, guys. And I'll be around Vegas somewhere tonight eating chicken wings.
Get out of here, brother. We're going to be right back with Teddy's Bad Beats and Matt Joseph talking Monday Night Football props. A ton more info coming, everybody. Stay with us.
Every Monday is $9 Mondays over at WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com. Get any best bet or daily package for only $9.
Welcome back to Wager Talk today on a Monday. It's time for a little bad beats, bad bets, and bad for the books. And this one I did not watch. We got to start on Saturday because there was a couple of doozies on Saturday. This one I didn't watch. I don't know that anyone bet it. Because when you talk about Virginia versus Abilene Christian, it's not like this, everyone's betting that game. But it was such a beat when you went back and looked through it. You had to bring it up on a Monday Virginia's up 49-7. They're minus 39.5. There's under 2 minutes to play. So they're covering less than 2 minutes. The final minute and a half, Abilene Christian scores a touchdown, makes it 49-13. Oh, then they celebrated too much and got a penalty, and they missed extra point. But then UVA was offsides. They missed extra point again. But then, after they kicked off, they sacked the Virginia quarterback in the end zone for a safety. So now it's 49-15. They scored the touchdown. They missed the extra point, but they got the safety. And then they're marching down the field. They throw a pick six, 86-yard touchdown with 14 seconds left. Final 55-15, no extra point. The line was 39.5. Virginia gets the money. That's an all-time. That's a doozy if you had Abilene Christian, which nobody did, but it's one heck of a bad beat. Kind of like Cincinnati. -4 against UCF. They're up 36-25. UCF gets the touchdown. All right. Then they need the 2-point conversion, and they get the 2-point conversion. 2-point conversion is good. Lead cut to 3. Since he's got time, they march the ball right down the field. First and goal at the 5, second and goal at the 1. But then they're not trying to score. They're trying to burn clock and timeouts. They don't get it on a second down and on third down, and then it's fourth and goal at the 1, and they fumble it away. Cincy, no cover, wins by 3. That was tough. Hawaii plus 12.5. They were down 40-17 with under 10 to play. Boom, boom, boom. Backdoor for the Warriors and lots of Saturday drama. Arkansas losing to LSU on the last play, straight up in ATS. San Diego State losing to Nevada on the last play, straight up in ATS. Cal Oregon State thriller. Arizona down 44-6 in the fourth quarter, scores 3 touchdowns, sends the game over the total. Plenty of drama in Saturday's action. Then, of course, we had NFL on Sunday. And I don't know what the bad beat. I mean, you can make an argument that the Packers +2 was a bad beat. They even won the coin toss in overtime. Let it get away. We'll talk about that game. Green Bay had some issues. So I'm not convinced. I had the Packers. And I was confident the whole way that Green Bay was going to win that game until they didn't. And, of course, the Chargers. If you had the Chargers -9.5, they led 31-13. Late third, it looked over against Joe Flacco. Total blowout. Final 34-28. They actually had a chance to lose in regulation due to bad clock management. So not much from the bad beat sides. Chargers, Packers, potentially. you can put them in that category. Bad bets, there was a ton. The books made out like banshees yesterday, man. The wise guys bet the Eagles again versus the Browns. They bet the Falcons against the Saints. That was wrong. The Eagles obviously wrong. There was nothing but Lions money, pros and Joes. Matt Rule versus Matt Patricia. They're both the same first name. Last name's very different. Coaching ability is very different. Lions money all goes to the house. There was nothing but Patriots money. Deshaun Watson. Amazing again yesterday in the Texans win. There was Dolphins money versus Drew Lock. Hey, Tua got benched in that ballgame. Dolphins never really in it. And, of course, the Chiefs money as well. Pros and Joes like KC off the bye and revenge. KC, at no point in that game were they covering the number. So, basically, almost all of the big decisions yesterday went in favor of the books, not the bettors. Bad for books. I mean, there was wise guy money on Dallas. Late games went over. The late games flew over the total. Green Bay, Indy, Jets, Chargers, Dallas Mini, and then KC and LA, or KC last night. But by and large, if that's their bad for books, is the wise guys bet Dallas and some late games went over the total. It's a pretty good day for the house yesterday. No question about it. Not a great one for bettors. Back to you, Prez.
Back to me, buddy. How are you, Teddy? I'm just responding to this annoying person who has the same remarks. You hear it all the time. Oh, if these guys were so good at making picks, why don't they just bet all their money on their own plays and not sell picks? Blah, blah, blah. I asked my stockbroker that once, Teddy. Hey, listen, one bad beat I want to mention, Sporting KC last night in the soccer MLS playoffs, up 3-2. 3 seconds to go in injury time. Announcer literally says this will be the last kick. Right in the net. It was an unbelievable ending. Then it went to a shootout. They did win. Most people who bet soccer bet it in regulation. Teddy, great stuff, man. This bad beat segment of yours is just pure gold. Hopefully at some point we'll be able to cut it and run it as a separate entity because I think it's as good as it gets. Nicely done. Matt Joseph, do we have a sighting of the wonderful Matthew Joseph? Oh, hey! Matt, you have inspired me to bet props, dude. I am killing it in props, man. I put a ton on Aguilar over 38 yards. It was done in the first quarter. I want to thank you, bro. I know that wasn't a prop you gave me, but I'm now looking at him. Because guys, I am now looking at these props, and I'm looking at them more because of Matt. He's never been on our Monday shows. His segment was so damn good on Friday. I reached out. I'm like, we need you back, dude. So with that said, how did your weekend go? You're absolutely rolling. And let's get into some props.
Yeah, it was a up and down weekend, as it always is. When it comes to props, you want to try and isolate certain things. And so I had a poor 1 o'clock showing. I had a good 4 o'clock showing and a mixed bag in the Sunday night game. So that's kind of what happens with the prop market. Some bad beats mixed in, some guys falling just short of their numbers. The Mahomes one, I got in early, 2.5 touchdown passes yesterday, plus 105 on Saturday, because that's when you should really play a lot of your props is on Saturday before Sunday's Overpalooza. And unfortunately, he throws that interception. I think it was, the second quarter in the red zone, and he finishes with 2. And, of course, I lose that one. But, it'll be an interesting game tonight. This is one of those choose-your-own-adventure type games, I feel like.
Teddy?
It's your spot there. It comes back to you, and then you ask a question, and then I need to follow up. That's usually how it works.
Oh, is that how it works? That's how it works now, right? Every other time the guest speaks and you go next, but now you decided I go next, and now you'll tell me I'm incorrect. Then you'll call me after the show and give me shit. Anyway.
I wish, of all the things I wish, Prez, for as funny as sometimes we are when we fight on air, I honestly think when I call you after the show and bitch, or you call me after the show and bitch, those calls, if ever they should be recorded, Those might be the funniest calls of all because we just hate each other for about 2 minutes, and then you're like, all right, I'll do better next time. Bye. Matt, let's talk some props for tonight. We already have all these thumbs
go ahead,
down.
dude.
That's because we're not talking enough sports. Let's talk sports. Lead us, Lawrence. Or me?
No, Teddy, you go.
Matt, I know that we started out already with something that we talked about last week. We wanted to put at the top of the show. Props, and that, of course, first quarter we go well with these first quarter props. Let's talk about the Rams in the first quarter for tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the Rams' first quarter prop is over half a point. And when you're getting a guy like Sean McVay who gets a whole week to put together an opening script and get to study your defense, I'll take Sean McVay. Tampa Bay is allowing 6.6 points on average in the first quarter. And at home, it actually goes up to 9.5. And the last 5 weeks, the Rams have scored 14, 14, 7, 7, and 10 in the first quarter. To me, I need a field goal, a safety, or whatever. It doesn't matter. But I think the Rams have a good chance in a game that probably could be low scoring to get on the board early in that first quarter. And so over half a point for the first quarter for the Rams is where I'm looking tonight.
And, of course, the Bucs are a team that when they get –
Oh, and now
he talks – No, then I respond. That's the way it works.
You, me. Nope. You,
the
my
Bucs
friend,
are a team that
and I'm the one that's going to get all the slack, Teddy. I'm the one that's going to get all the slack.
Half a point.
Go ahead, Matt. I don't know what he's saying. He's hijacked the show. There's simply no need for the Prez in this segment.
Let's talk more props, Matt. What else do you have for tonight?
So I like Van Jefferson. So he's a guy that they got drafted, the Rams' fourth wide receiver. He's a guy who got drafted in the draft. And, out there are some oddball props, and we've talked about it. And I like over 3.5 receiving yards for Van Jefferson. So I was doing what you do a lot, reading up on the clips, and there was some discussion this week about how they want to get Van Jefferson more involved in the offense. And look, he plays 19% of the snaps, 20% of the snaps. He's not going to get a ton of snaps, but all we need is essentially one catch. And each of the last 4 weeks, he's had one catch or more for a total of 60 yards. He's the type of guy, all I need is one game-breaking reception. So I'll take a chance on a guy who may get zeros tonight, but over 3.5 receiving yards for Van Jefferson of the Los Angeles Rams.
So basically, you want the guy to get a catch?
Pretty much, yeah. 3.5. You're not going to be able to get a reception.
Well, we talked about like Alex Smith as a under for rushing yards type of thing, where it's one play is going to kill you unless he has that one play. He's going to be fine. It's just one of those same situations where here's your guy. You think he's going to get one play. You think he's going to get more than one play, or is it one of those situations where you're like, yeah, there's too much value there? Or have you seen something from Jefferson that makes you think they're going to use him tonight?
Well, I think that he's had a reception in 4 straight games, and he's a guy that when he catches the ball, it's not like a 2-yard reception. It's a 15-yard catch, an 8-yard catch. So I just need the guy to get one. And look, I know I could go on Twitter at the end of the game and he gets zeros and I'm complaining about it, but it's at 3.5 yards. I mean, look, Scotty Miller's number is 7.5 yards. Now it's a little bit longer, and for a guy who is a possession type receiver, but Jefferson's a game breaker who they want to give the ball more to. So I think there's a chance we see some 4 wide receiver sets. And heck, if Woods or Kupp gets hurt, Jefferson moves up and then he gets even more of an opportunity. So at 3.5 yards, I'll take a shot on the over for Van Jefferson.
We're talking with SportsMemo.com's Matt Josephs, breaking down props for Monday Night Football. And Matt, anything else you have for us on this abbreviated Monday spot?
So Malcolm Brown, the running back for the Rams, who seems to be their pass catcher, over 11.5 receiving yards. He's gone over this number 5 times this season, including 3 of his last 4. The Bucs have allowed a league-high 66 receptions to the running back position. Tampa's a blitz-heavy team, so I figure with a blitz coming at Jared Goff, he's going to dump it off Malcolm Brown. Now, he's part of a threesome here with Akers and Henderson, so that's a bit of a worry here. But look, Teddy, this is, and I said at the beginning, choose your own adventure type of game. There's no easy thing. You look at the Tampa Bay backfield, it's Jones and Fournette. You look at the Rams backfield, there's 3 guys. You look at the Rams wide receivers, there's 3 guys, and the Bucs have 3 guys. So there's a ton of mouths to feed all over the place. So if people envision a different game, if they think the Bucs are going to win, then you're going to slant more to Antonio Brown props or things like that. This is how I think the game's going to go. So therefore, I like this Malcolm Brown over 11.5 receiving yards, a good safety valve when Tampa's blitzing on them.
I'm back.
Let's see if Lawrence. Oh, good. All right.
Yeah.
Hi, Lawrence.
Well, I mean, listen, we were talking over each other. I'm the one that's going to get blamed for everything on YouTube. So I decided to leave. But it is amazing what these lights do to my pit stains. My God, man. That's a whole different topic. Matt, 12-5 NFL totals run. Congratulations, dude. Teddy having a little moment. Matt, anything else before we kick you off?
So there's a chance. There's a birdie that's saying, or maybe even a turkey that's saying, we may actually do prop it up on Thanksgiving morning before the Thanksgiving games and give out a special promo code and get you guys set for the Thanksgiving props for the NFL games. So be on the lookout here on the Wager Talk YouTube channel.
Awesome stuff. Guys, we're going to take a real quick break. We're right back with Teddy and I to talk what we learned in the NFL Week 11. And then, of course, Ralph Michaels. Hit that like button. Take advantage of our promotions, guys. $9 Monday, $69 for the entire week of football, both at Sports Memo and Wager Talk. And, of course, our Boxing Week sale, which we'll talk about when Ralph gets on. Matt, thank you for joining us. Very little notice. We'll bring you in every Monday and Friday to do the same thing. You're a machine, dude. We love having you. Get out of here.
Thanks for having me.
Everyone at Wager Talk would like to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. With a full day of football on Thanksgiving, football all day Black Friday, plus a normal Saturday, Sunday, and Monday slate of games, we have a special Turkey Day offer for you. Football for the rest of November through Monday, November 30th for only $69 for this entire week of football. There is no limit to the number of handicappers you can buy during this Thanksgiving special. Pay only $69, save money, get your winners in a quick, convenient fashion, and have a great Thanksgiving weekend.
Teddy covers the Prez. You're watching Wager Talk Today. We love having all of you guys with us. Thank you for being here. Teddy, normally this segment is a bit longer, but from now on, we're going to use Matt for Monday Night Football props. I mean, it's a gambling show, and he's gold in these props. So let's get into it. What did we learn? Let's start right off the bat with Indianapolis. They got Tennessee on deck, -3.5. You know, look, tale of two halves, but they showed a lot of moxie, and Phillip Rivers had another good game. So kudos to him. How real are this team? Have they moved up in your power rankings? Where do they sit for you?
So I think that the betting markets are going to go crazy on Indy. I'm seeing the betting markets going crazy on Indy off of yesterday's win. And in my mind, I watched that game real close. That was more about Green Bay screwing up than Indy doing stuff right. You know, Green Bay had some really weird play calls on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1 and didn't execute them and fumbled the football away. And what the markets are going to do is say, look at those Indy defensive stats. See, we told you, Indy's great. I've got Indy still in the good category and a long way from the great category. Rivers did look good. Rivers looked good.
Yeah.
The receivers made plays yesterday. That hasn't been a consistent thing for the Colts. Good team, but not up there with the elites.
What about Green Bay, though, Teddy? I mean, a game they really should have won. They were winning wire to wire. Tough. Look, unbelievable comeback by Rodgers at the end there, but a tough loss in overtime. Green Bay has to fall down a little bit in your power ratings, no?
Of course they do, because now what we saw against Tampa is the only time they've been on the road and played a good defense. And now it's twice that they've been on the road and played a good defense. There have been issues. So when you see the same pattern from, you say one game, you say it's a one-off. See it happen twice and say, okay, now that's an issue. And I don't, but it's not that much. Yesterday, it was one of those games. It wasn't like the Packers had no chance and they were outclassed. They didn't execute well. And for whatever happens, that happens with Green Bay a fair bit. It's not a major downgrade for the Packers. Modest downgrade. I think I dropped them a half point or a point, but nothing that's significant. The way like you might want to be adjusting your Baltimore Ravens power rating, for example.
Teddy, we didn't have Tennessee on the list to talk about, but I do want to mention them real quick. They've got Indy up next. We've already spoke about how the public is going to be all over Indy. Why wouldn't they, or the smarts or whatever, there'll be money coming in on Indy. Why not Tennessee as well? I mean, they went into Baltimore really, again, made a great comeback. The Raccoon is playing well. Their defense looked a lot better this week than they have in the past. Where does Tennessee go in your power ratings?
So the markets get excited about good defensive teams, especially at this stage of the year. And that's why Indy's going to get the love instead of Tennessee getting the love. Because even though the Titans won that game, even though they rallied from behind to get the victory, and even though they really pushed around a tired Ravens defense late in that contest, defensively, the Titans' numbers are nowhere close to Indy's numbers. And that's why Indy's going to be the favorite to win the division. That's why Indy's going to get the love in the markets this week when these two teams square off.
Let's talk Baltimore Ravens. Everybody knows my opinion. I think they're the most overrated team in the league. I think they're going to struggle. I mean, look, Miami, Vegas, there's 3 now wild card spots. I think they're going to struggle for that third. Lamar Jackson, talk about regression. My God. Where this team has to be plummeting in your power ratings. Now they going to Pittsburgh plus 3.5 Thanksgiving Day. And this game ultimately is important to them, but that division is gone for them.
Yeah, the division's probably gone. They're, again, they're trailing an undefeated team in division. And if they're going to have a chance, they're going to have to win, obviously, on Thanksgiving night. But Baltimore has a couple of issues that really stand out. And first and foremost, of course, Prez, you're going to blame Lamar Jackson and pay no attention to the offensive line. They've lost their Pro Bowl tackle. And when you lose their Pro Bowl tackle, guess what? Your quarterback's not as good when he's not protected. And the running game's not as good for the Ravens. But the other thing that stands out, their offensive line issues, I don't think they have wide receiver issues. This is not when you have Dez Bryant 3 years out of retirement, Dez Bryant coming in and playing meaningful snaps, it tells us that they have issues at receiver. So when you have offensive line issues and receiver issues, the quarterback gets the blame, but the quarterback's not the problem. Lamar Jackson is the same QB that he was last year when he was the NFL MVP.
Yeah, me and you totally disagree with that on Lamar Jackson, but breaking news, everybody, Baltimore just signed Terrell Owens. Yeah, and I said that, Teddy, last week. I just felt like they had no wide receivers. They got an outstanding tight end, though. Cowboys, I think they're going to win the division here. I think this team is going to be feeling good going into Thanksgiving. They still how far up the rankings in your power ratings have they gone? That's a big win yesterday on the road playing a tough Minnesota team.
It's not that big a win. Minnesota's a team with a losing record, and the Vikings didn't play any defense yesterday. I made a small adjustment to Dallas upwards. I'm not putting Dallas anywhere near the top half of the NFL off a tight back-and-forth win against the Vikings.
Teddy, New Orleans, I've decided, are the second best team in football. I said the Rams a few weeks ago. Their defense, 3 games in a row, just stifling. And yesterday, they lived in the backfield. I mean, look, Atlanta's offensive line is a total nightmare. But Cam Jordan was unbelievable, and Lattimore didn't even play. This New Orleans team just looks so good. Are they number 2 for you?
No, they're number 3 behind Pittsburgh. But they're the top team in the NFC. And they're the top team in the NFC with Taysom Hill at QB. The markets made a pretty big adjustment for Breeze down to Hill. And honestly, I thought Hill was awful. God, that first half, he was just awful. Awful. And you read all the analysis post-game. Oh, Taysom Hill was great. Oh, my God, Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill was a 0 at half. I guess that last touchdown drive before halftime. Second half, he did play better. There is some drop-off there. He has a different skill set than Breeze. But the Saints' defense is real. I'm with you. And they are the best team in the NFC.
Teddy, there's going to be 3 spots, wild card. You're going to have Miami, Baltimore, either Tennessee or Indianapolis, Cleveland, and Vegas. Where do you put Miami in that grouping?
So I haven't looked at I'm not sitting here looking at schedules because it all comes down to who's, what the schedules are. And I don't tend to do that unless I'm making future bets at one point or another. And I've already got plenty of Miami in different ways in my pockets. I'm not looking for more Miami. The Dolphins' box score is going to look bad, Prez. Again, looked bad again yesterday. Their box scores have been dismal. And that's why they're not getting the market respect. And that's why you're seeing them priced so cheaply. And that's why the Joes are coming in to bet Miami every week. I'm not convinced the Dolphins are a playoff team. That said, this is no matter what happens, this has been a successful season. They could lose every game. This has still been a successful season for the Dolphins.
Yeah, they have an outstanding coach. Awesome segment, Teddy. Love hearing your thoughts. One of our listeners wants to know where they could find your power ranking. I'll answer first. Teddy, you want to give out your home address, please?
Yeah. So listen to the opening line report. We go through every game on the board for the NFL.
Guys, Ralph, Mike,
right here.
You don't want to give out your home address.
No, I was giving a promo for the next show, Lawrence. Okay, but you can just cut it off. I'm sure that any show that's not yours, I'm sure is not important to you. But I know there are people out there that are interested in the NFL opening line report, which is going to be after this show is through right here on the WagerTalk YouTube channel.
Okay, yeah, I never promote your opening line report ever. I don't promote Bet on It. I don't promote the NBA show. Yeah, Teddy, I don't need you ragging on me. I got enough idiots coming into the YouTube comment section calling me a clown. I got called a jabroni on Friday. I don't even know. Is a jabroni like something you eat? I don't even know what a jabroni is. Maybe let's ask Ralph. Ralph, what's a jabroni?
I don't know, Prez, but by you calling the people in the chat room idiots, it's probably not helping our thumbs up and thumbs down. So let's work on that.
We're good. A lot of people love me, and they know I'm only referring to a very small section, especially the guy who called me a jabroni. Where's the pen, Ralph?
I have the pen, but I was trying to type in a note to you, but I just decided to say it. So let's work on this.
Don't call people an idiot?
Yeah, that's what it was. So anyway, okay. Boxing Day in Canada, we call it Thanksgiving week. And really, guys, we have two specials. One is if you've never tried a package, if you're traveling this week, if you're with family, if you want to get all your football early, emailed to you, a lot of times a day or two before, the $69 special through the 30th of November, you're going to get any football Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Remember, there's a ton of games on Friday. There's 5 or 6 games on Thursday as well. 3 NFL, I think 2 college, I think 5 games. So $69, that's the end of November special. And the biggest special, our Black Friday special, $999 for any service, all access. Folks, that's $19.21 per week. Code BF for Black Friday, $999. Again, $19 a week. I can't stress that enough. Grab your favorite service. The next 365 days, you are set, and you'll be getting those emails almost every day of the year.
Ralph, thanks so much, dude, and it is an outstanding offer. Ralph, Michaels, before we get to your info, Friends of Ralph play Friday. Do you remember what it was? Who gave it? Where did it come from?
Yeah, I know on Thursday I gave out Pittsburgh under. On Friday I gave out another under on, I think, New Orleans, on Cleveland, Philly. So I did a good job picking those. Thank you.
Yeah, you certainly did, Ralph. I can't wait for your Friends for Ralph segment today. Let's get into it, dude. What do you got for us?
Well, we got a great Monday night game. So I wanted to look up what happens on Monday nights when both teams have a win percentage of 64% or higher. Teddy, I went back all the way to 1989, my entire debate. When you have a Monday night game, 2 winning teams, winning percentage of 64% or higher, the home team has covered 59% of the time. The home favorite has covered 61% of the time. And if I go back to 2011, the last 10 years, home favorites 72.7%. And if the first 2 weeks were someone maybe 1-0 and 2-0, tough week, though in the middle, 13% home team, 2 solid winning NFL teams.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know if it was your audio that was cutting out there or my audio, but I didn't hear a lot of what you said there, Ralph.
So, it's on the screen now, basically, Teddy. 2 home teams, both with winning percentages over 67%. Those teams have gone 72% against the spread since 2011.
So this is saying look at Tampa tonight. Look at Tampa pretty strong. Obviously, when you talk about these type of numbers. And does that pass the doesn't make sense test?
Well, to me, I mean, you go look back to 1989, Teddy, it's 59%, just blindly playing the home team when you have 2 good teams. So perhaps the Monday night thing means something when you are a quality team. They're not looking past an opponent. We normally have more excitement on those primetime games. So to me, I believe there is meaning in this. I do. It does pass my test, but mine's not the important test. Yours is.
Because I'm worried about the home fields in 2020, where you don't have that crowd support and you don't have that same adrenaline rush on Monday night. So I'm not gonna make a bet on tonight's game based on that trend. I'm just not. I think the situations are different this year. It's an interesting thing to consider. And you like those good home teams on Monday night, but this year I do think the factors are a little bit different.
I agree with that, but it is Florida, so there are no rules down in Florida as far as fans are concerned. And the situational play of the day, Teddy reached out and asked me this because of Thanksgiving coming up, and I was surprised, Teddy. So, teams like Detroit off a shutout loss. Are you embarrassed off a shutout loss? Do you rebound? Well, if I go back to 1989, I looked at all 32 years in the database. Teams off a shutout loss are 55.6% against the spread. But I'm going to give you a caveat. There's only been 20 of them that had 4 days rest, so they had a short week. Those teams only went 8-12, 40% against the spread. Then I looked since 2015. Home teams off a shutout in this modern era since we moved the extra point back, 20 wins, 5 ATS losses, and 2 pushes. A remarkable 80% record. And they've gone 39% to the under. If I look at home teams since 2015, they're actually 10, 1, and 2 against the spread, 91% off a shutout loss. But I will say this, that 1 ATS loss was a Thursday game. So very good numbers. But again, look at the Thursday record back to 2080, since 1989. It's a bit concerning. And the 1 ATS loss since 2015 has been on a short week off that upset loss.
Ralph Michael, so good, dude. What do you got for us in the Friends of Ralph segment? The Friday one, again, was just spectacular.
Well, I didn't know Mid-Major Matt was going to be on, so I went into the database and I pulled a prop for tonight from Andy Lang. So Andy's on the show with Matt as well. Andy is selling this play, so if you go to WagerTalk, do not buy his prop for tonight. It's a 4% best bet on Jared Goff under 279.5 yards passing. So again, thank you, Andy. First time he's been a Friends of Ralph participant. And again, this is a play he's actually selling. So when you go to WagerTalk.com, do not buy his play. We're giving it to you free right here, right now.
Guys, great show. Ralph, outstanding stuff. We'll see you tomorrow. Teddy, noon Eastern, me and you, baby. Great show tomorrow. Shout out to one of our listeners. He's got COVID. He's at home right now. He's thankful for us. We're entertaining him.
I got a question,
Please.
Prez. Sorry.
Yeah, bro.
Are we here Thanksgiving?
No.
So let our people know that. Okay, we are taking Thanksgiving off.
We're not doing it. We're not doing a show for Thanksgiving. But dude with COVID, feel better, man. Take it for all of us too, please. Shout out to Matt. came on with very little notice. Marco D'Angelo, he came on twice, Teddy. That's how good Marco is. And of course, Joe Ranieri, the best producer on the planet. Guys, we'll see you all tomorrow. We love you. Thanks for being here. And we'll stop. Teddy, take us home.
Enjoy the games and good luck tonight. We'll see you back here on Wager Talk Today in 23 hours and 3 minutes. Cheers.
Every Monday is $9 Mondays over at WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com. Get any best bet or daily package for only $9.